All right, I think we're good to go, guys. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, everybody. Oh, you guys can see Loki on it here. Okay. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. One little caveat for the stream. My Wi-Fi was really acting up over the weekend. I'm hoping it doesn't mess up now. But so far throughout the day, I haven't had any problems with it. So let's hope that the upload speeds aren't in any trouble. Loki's over here because I have my desk raised today. He's trying to claw up on top and say hello. If I walk over here, you might see his ears. Hello. Yeah. Or I can just do this. Look. Oh, no. He's... Yeah. He's trying to do some funny business right now. Okay. Let me get sure that's back to normal. Well, messed up something, actually. And maneuver. There we go. Okay, but hey, everybody. Hope you guys have all been having a good day. Now, that was your one chance to see Loki because he's not tall enough to get on with this camera today. But he has earned himself one milk bone, okay? Now, I'm going to put my glasses back on. I just took them off for a few seconds because, oh my gosh, the lights are at eye level now and they're just blinding. Okay, so hey, Rodriguez. Hey, Jonathan. Hi, I am Broken Starscream. Hope you guys are all doing okay. Here's a few things we have to talk about today. We're going to talk about Bitcoin going to new lows. That's going to be a large part of it. We'll be talking about Dogecoin, Ethereum, ADA, XRP, a lot of stuff. We'll be talking more about Sam Bankman-Fried and all this stuff because it looks like he's in Albany and he's being stalked by the police as he should. They're just waiting to get enough evidence, I assume, to cuff him up, okay? Now, as far as everything else, there's some news on Twitter we're going to talk about, which is going to be kind of fun. We're going to be talking a lot about some hard data technical analysis. So the stuff where you see a bunch of stuff on your screen and it looks very ugly, but there's just a few key points you're supposed to keep in mind while looking at those levels, and that's what we'll probably end off on over the next like 10 minutes or so. For now, though, let's hop onto the charts and just see what's going on here, because I don't want to start it off all too technical here, because it's just going to get very it'll hurt my poor ADHD brain. That's a better way to say it. Okay. So right now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, let me move some of this stuff over here. We are down about 3% for the day. We are breaking down to new lows on the year. That's not good. A lot of bad news coming out of FTX. It seems like what started this up a little bit here was the NASDAQ and some of the traditional markets are coming down. We all know about that. Let me go over here very fast to Finviz. But Dow was down, NASDAQ down, S&P down, even the Russell 2000 was down. A lot of stuff was down today. And if you go look on the charts, I mean, it just wasn't a good day for a lot of tech, particularly, especially the NASDAQ. Google down, Apple down, Amazon, Tesla down off of whatever you call those things, callbacks. But yeah, and even energy is down. A few things were up, were like aerospace, defense industries, stuff where they get a lot of government money, basically. Okay, we're also going to be talking a lot here about all these different Gann box charts. I set up 4 of them using the COVID lows, the 2018 lows. You can't see it behind my head, but it's the 2015 lows. And right here, we also have the 2011 lows. So we'll be looking at all the major support levels off of these here pretty soon. I know we didn't really talk about this much. I gave you guys numbers instead. But you guys remember we talked about, falling right here, support levels right around there. How we bounced off of those. Usually the second one's a little bit better. Over here, we managed to bounce off of that one almost precisely, right? And then over here, we have some where we actually haven't had an opportunity to get down that far to bounce yet. So that's what we're going to be talking about a lot today as well. So for now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, you can ignore those 2 blue lines. Those will come in handy in a few minutes. But let's just go over here to the daily chart. We're continuing to break down. It's not a good sign. We had talked about this going into Friday. I told you guys I thought Bitcoin had at least one more pop it could do. And nope, it did not. It tried twice to break out here. You see, once right there, and both times it was pushed back down. So the momentum was there. If you guys wanted to take the trade, the momentum was there, and I assume many of you guys took trades on it. However, it never was able to hold up. We got slammed back down both times. Pretty, I don't know what I want to call it, but we got slammed back down. And it's unfortunate because we were so close to having that golden cross, which could have moved us up a little bit higher. I told you guys Monday was not going to be my favorite day. If I was going to be bullish, it would only be on the weekend. Everything going in today was just not going to be a pleasant experience. And lo and behold, here we are. A Monday of not so much happiness, but a Monday of opportunity, I would say, right? Okay, so what I'm going to be talking about over the next few minutes here is just this. You see these two lines right here. The first line is at $14,390. That second line right here is down around $12,300. I think if we have another big drop, that'll be the buying zone that I'm going to be looking at. And this is going to be for a longer term hold. So this will be about like a 3-week to maybe a 7-week hold, where I'm going to be looking to hold it for at least a month, basically, maybe even 2 months if it starts to really bounce off the way I hope it does. Now, the reason I'm saying this right now, and we'll kind of dig deeper into all these numbers here, is if we go through all these Gann boxes, we'll start off with the 2021 lows, and we'll go through each box, and we'll talk about it here in a second. One caveat just before we get into it. This is the news that's can really just like tank the market here. Just in, crypto lender Genesis warns of bankruptcy without new funding. I don't think anybody wants to put money into crypto right now just because they're very, very concerned. They're very, very scared that they're about to lose a whole bunch of money if they just put anything near anything crypto right now. So, if I was a billionaire or a few hundred millionaires got together and says, hey, let's put some funding behind this, they would all be in their heads like, no, it's crazy. It's not even worth the risk right now, especially as the economy is going down. We don't know how far crypto is going to go down. Will crypto survive? All these people that don't know much about crypto, they're probably freaking out right now. They do not want to touch this at all, okay? Now, if they get money, awesome, but man, it's going to be a very expensive price. And by that, I mean, if Genesis wants that funding, they're going to have to sell off a potentially large chunk of their company in order to survive here. And sometimes the egos can get... the ego of the heads of these companies can just get in the way of the company surviving and just bring it down. Think of Lehman Brothers back in 2008. They actually had a few opportunities to save themselves, but the CEO back then was just not a good one. Okay, so let's go over here and start with the 2021 COVID lows. This is where the Gann box started. So whenever you see this little red box right here that kind of says 2021 COVID lows or 2018 lows, it just represents where the start of the box is, okay? So we have one that starts here, one that starts over here, one that starts over here, and one that starts way, way over here, okay? Now, these boxes, I like them because you can have them set up as soon as you see a pivot point. So you could have had this box set up all the way back over here in 2020, 2021. It's a really nice thing to see. The only thing you're going to be adjusting is basically how high and how wide, but those are based on mathematics, so you're only going to have a few different options anyway, all right? So as we kind of zoom in here a little bit, you can see that on the weekly chart, we're barely just surviving off of this line right here. I hope you guys can see it. It's a very faint line. This has been our weekly goal so far, to stay above this level. If you want like a more precise number, it's going to be kind of hard. It's going to be somewhere around here on 15,577. But most of the time you guys don't see this, and you guys just see this, just the flat out bars. We already broke down before under the lows. So I would assume here pretty soon, guys, that we are going to be coming down a little bit more here unless we get a big juice up from some whales, okay? So the big thing I just want you guys to pay attention to right now is if we do break down below this level, that next big level of support is right around $13,500. Usually this thing has been pretty nice as far as predicting some short-term bottoms. So you can see over here, we found a little bit of a bottom right there, found a little bit of a bottom right here. It's more for you guys that are just looking for a short-term bottom, I would say. But there's not really much in the short term here until we get to 13,500 on this particular chart until we find support. So we're not going to be talking about this too much, but you'll see why I care about this in a little bit, okay? And you can see mostly I like to trust these two orange lines coming across. Those are usually pretty good. The two lines over here that came across, very good. The two lines that came over here, very good. Consolidated there for a while. They've been pretty adequate, okay? Or pretty good, excuse me. Now, we go over here to the 2018 lows. And you can see, again, we had some support along the orange lines. Not as much support over here. We didn't actually hit them. And over here, we had a little bit of support. So we're like 2 out of 3 right now, which is, better than most, right? Better than most. But you can see right here, we don't actually have much support. The next support level for us right now is around 14,800. And if we decide to break down below that, it's going to be more of 13,349. Now, I know this is very boring to you guys. Trust me, there's a point. I'm just trying to give you guys the preface. And if you guys watched my video earlier this morning, you know where I'm going with this. But you see that next big level of support is somewhere around that $13,500 range, okay? There's not much more we're going to be talking about here unless we do a real big tank back down to like the 10,000 range, and that's like 10,600, okay? After that, we're going to go over here to the 2015 lows, whereas some of these other moving averages and things like that on this Gann box, we had already broken down below the two orange lines, right? This time we haven't. This one was more of a help when it came to these. So let me zoom out a little bit. 2 lines right here, it helped out a little bit on the first one. That first green line right there, it helped out a little bit if you guys are doing the larger swings. Over here, this one worked out a little bit, where some of the other ones hadn't been working for some supports. We found a little bit of a support bounce. If you wanted something more precise, I guess the angles were actually right there, which is a really nice thing. But I mean, it's very hard to get those wicks. So it helped you guys out for a short-term support. And then over here, bounce off the first one nicely. And now we have an opportunity to bounce off the second one here. This support level is around 14,584. If there's any strong support levels I'd be trusting right now, it would be somewhere close to 14,000 to 14,500 because of some of those Fibonacci clusters that we talked about and these orange lines, okay? These orange levels are the 0.25 levels, excuse me. And the last one we're going to talk about here for a second is the 2011 lows. And you can see as far as this one, I mean, this started all the way back in 2011, all right? It's been a hot minute, okay? Now, we're on the verge of breaking down again here. You can see we actually had some decent support off of this fib circle here, which is kind of nice, even though the fib circle is only like a quarter of the circle here. Fib arc, maybe. But that next big support level for us right here is also around that 14,385 level, okay? So what I did is I took all those support levels here as far as you can imagine me doing this. Basically just getting an Excel spreadsheet. First level support right here. What happens if we break down below that? Okay, our next level of support is going to be somewhere down here around 10,800, 10,600, okay? So I charted all that out, and I pretty much just found the average of all those clusters of support, and then I put them on this chart right here for you guys to see, so you guys don't really have to worry about doing all that work, okay? So this is going to be a pretty wide buying range here, where I'm going to be happier to buy it really around the 14,000 level, anywhere in the 14,000s I'd be happy, but really like under 14,500, and really happy to start buying in the $13,000 range if we do take a dump off of the Genesis news here. But that does give you, if I can go over here very fast, about $2,000 as far as Bitcoin's price is concerned to start getting some buy-ins here if you guys wanted to do these larger swings, okay? And what I mean by swings is this. Let's go over to the daily chart. Over the past few months, or over the year so far, since we're almost done with it, when we've had some really bad crashes, everybody, we've had opportunities to have these like minor reversals for just a few months. So we had one right here, right? Buy low. You can even buy over here and you swing it up. You can buy anywhere over here, swing it up. Buy over here, swing it up, and you bought over here and you were able to swing it up, okay? Now, that opportunity is what I'm trying to get this time. And so anywhere in this zone, I'll be happy to continue buying, especially because we have another level where we can actually start seeing those orange lines here. The 0.25 lines, I don't know why I keep on saying something, orange lines, but it's just easier to say orange lines instead of 0.25 every single time. Now, I like these because most times they work. Most times they work. If you buy in this during this area and you hold, you're usually pretty happy. Even if it continues to go down lower, if you just hold, you're usually pretty happy. You buy in this zone right here, you're usually pretty happy. So my goal right now is to really try to buy anywhere in between these zones. So that means if Bitcoin gets down here to 14,363, I'm going to be happy. As far as this one over here, if Bitcoin gets over to 14,527, I'll be happy right there. And I do know sometimes it comes down lower than the line before it bounces up. So that's why I built out this second level down here. But I'd be really happy to just start buying anywhere around the 14,500 level, and probably down to about 13,500. If we get all the way down here towards 12,500 on this next potential crash off of Genesis news, I would have to say that I would probably just do one big buy bulk order of a few $1,000 and just hold, and then wait for the rebound to happen, and then I'd be scaling out as we kind of recovered. For me, I'm still dollar cost averaging. This has nothing to do with dollar cost averaging. This has more to do with me just doing some larger swings and not taking out so much risk. It's always hard to justify buying a crash, no matter when it happens. The crash here, crash here, crash here. It's always hard to justify it. Now you guys have some math behind you to kind of help you out there, okay? If you guys have any questions about the Gann box, let me know. What I'm going to do later on during this stream, because I think this is going to be a longer stream here. We'll have to see. I'm standing up. I don't know how long I can stand up for. But what do you call them? I will open up the chat to questions and answers, or whatever that new feature is from YouTube. It's a pretty cool thing called Q&A. Yeah, answer viewer questions live. I'm going to see how that works and if you guys like that or not, because I might just move it over there, because I wonder if it actually will tell me who members and regular people and moderators, if they're asking questions or not, okay? So that's about it as a small nutshell. We'll go over here to the 15-minute chart, and you could already see we're continuing to fall down here. What I'd probably want to do is just add on some of these lows that we had. There we go. And you can see how we're still showing some pretty big weakness here. One of the things that we had talked about a while ago, oh, do I not have this on this chart? Should I on the bottom? Invite only scripts, oscillator. One of the things that we'd been talking about here is, well, now that we already broke down, it's not going to really make as much of a difference here. Maybe a 4-hour chart. That's fine. We had a bearish divergence here where the oscillator was heading upwards. If I can just show you guys upwards. And then we had that lower highs right here. So this is one of the reasons I thought that this week was just not going to be too pleasant here. Usually the divergences went out, especially, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the charts, but you know what a bearish divergence is. There's only 4 of them, I think. So that wasn't such a good sign here. As far as what you guys should be expecting now, especially with the bad news coming out as far as Genesis and things like that, I would just be holding on. I wouldn't really be taking too many longs unless you guys are trying to scalp or you guys are trying to buy off of some technical level. If you guys wanted to do trades like, let's say, what could I find here that you guys might be able to trade? Ooh, I don't know what I could to get you guys to buy it here. But let's say there's something here that says, hey, maybe we have a double bottom over the next few hours. If you guys want to take those trades, I think it's better if they're short-term trades. The caveat to that being not even caveat, just be aware that there's like imminent news that could be really bad for crypto prices and that could drop down the market even more, okay? That big news right now is a mix between crypto lender Genesis and then what we're learning more about Sam Bankman-Fried. We got Elon saying Twitter's fun, and I have to admit it's much more fun nowadays. Let's see. Yeah, here's Fubar right now. He's a trusted source of mine. Genesis is looking to raise $1 billion. If they do not get this $3 billion, then the $5 billion hole could lead to an $8 billion insolvency that can't cover the $10 billion poorly labeled fiat account. Okay? So, but yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of money on the line here, and that could cause sell-offs in a lot of the crypto accounts that they own, okay? Now, here's Autism Capital. News about Sam Bankman-Fried. Sources in Albany share that Sam Bankman-Fried has had his membership suspended and is no longer available to buy anything from the complex, groceries, etc. He has been asked to leave, but his apartment is FTX owned, so they cannot remove him. He has law enforcement following him and is not yet in custody. Okay, so there's a homeowners association meeting later today to discuss what to do. I don't think I could ever deal with homeowners association. Securities, USA Wales. Okay, that's not tech related. I only follow tech people. If Bitcoin went to 6K, would you be okay? I mean, I would, but I wouldn't be happy. Let's see. No, I'm trying to find some stuff here. Oh my god, Kanye. No, I think that's about it for now as far as news. Let's see. Nope. Okay, we should be fine then. Okie dokie. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to chill and watch these charts off here. That buying zone that I talked about before, let me get rid of this trend line here, or let me change the color of it at least, because it shouldn't be that color. We should make it something else. Let's make it purple. Yeah, purple should do right now. There we go. Let's go over to an hour chart so we can kind of just see the carnage here. And we're pretty close to oversold levels too. If we can hold this, we might even have the makings of a nasty double bottom, but I would just say multiple bottoms here actually as far as a buying zone. Oh, so here's something. If you guys wanted to buy this zone right here, see how we just have found support here for the last couple times? If you guys wanted to buy here, I would just have a stop loss that's not so aggressive on the downside. Like I wouldn't have a stop loss at 15,000. I would have a stop loss at like 15,400 or so, okay? That way, if it does make a recovery, and we have had recoveries like this before, you guys aren't going to be worried about, having your fund be liquidated because it's sold off too soon, okay? All right. Now, the last thing, sorry guys, I told you guys I would tell you guys this a while ago. Do I have this right here? No. Let me go over here very fast. Oh wait, no, I think I put it in a special section of my thing. Yeah. Okay. So never mind. So guys, I told you guys I would let you guys know if something important came up as far as TradingView. TradingView has finally opened up their Black Friday sale. So I know a lot of you guys have said that, hey, Michael, I want to get TradingView for a year, but I don't want to pay that much because it's incredibly expensive. I told you guys when it happened, I would actually let you guys know about this Black Friday sale. So if we go over here to my video right now, section of my thing, there we go. If you guys scroll down in my description box, you guys will see it right here under TradingView. If you guys open up this up, they finally have it, okay? Please use my link if you can. I don't really earn money from this, I don't think. I think I just earn credits. They have like a weird credit system on TradingView, but I do like earning those credits. But what do you call? So now Premium is 60% off for the year, Pro is 50% off for the year, and Pro Plus is down 50% for the year, and Pro is down 40% for the year. So if you guys want to get a full year membership to TradingView and you guys don't want to pay the monthly fees, this is what's going to work for you guys. I believe that's going to be much, much better. Instead of paying $719 for 13 months, you're only paying $288 for 13 months. That is absolutely fantastic. And I can't like describe to you how much money you're going to be saving if you guys are thinking about going full-time trading by just getting the premium accounts because it has so many features. But it's still worth it, in my opinion, to just get the Pro Plus at $179 or even the Pro at $108. Normally, when I've talked to friends about this, they've gotten the Pro, regretted it because they wanted all the features of the Pro Plus, but you can't just upgrade and save the price, if that makes sense. So if there was anything I'd be pointing you guys to right now, it'd be the Pro Plus. I'm not being paid by TradingView, but I told you guys the big discount where I would never recommend paying full price for TradingView for the year. I do it. I'm an idiot. But what do you call? If you guys are into TradingView and you guys actually want to save money, this is one of those opportunities where it's just like, why not? And it's like a one-time payment, so you're not paying month after month after month. I think if you normally go for the prices here, it's much more expensive. I don't think they're going to, they have everything Black Friday, right? Okay, so yeah, normally if you're doing monthly, you'd be paying $60 a month. $60 a month. But with this, what's 60 times 13? Because I guess it's 60 times 13. So instead of paying, $780 over the year, you're only going to be paying $288. It's worth it. Now, this is worth it too. This is also worth it if you guys feel like you're not going to have to use a whole bunch of indicators and stuff. But I would say Pro Plus Premium, depending on where you guys are at, I would get it. Now, if you guys can only get the Pro version, just get the Pro version. And if you guys don't want any of them, don't get any of them. I'm not going to try to push you over the edge. But what do you call? This is something that I would recommend that you guys do. If you guys feel like, hey, I want to actually make some, I want to learn how to trade long-term. And when you just put down the down payment, basically, just pay for it for a year, you don't got to worry about this coming out of your bank account every single month. I don't know. I'm a budgeter, so I hate seeing recurring subscriptions, which I have a lot of, unfortunately. But this is one thing where I actually do think it's worth just paying the lump amount up front. Like if Netflix had this for like a year, I would just do that instead of paying Netflix every single month. Or with Hulu, if they had that, maybe I would still have Hulu right now. I don't like Hulu, so I don't really use it too much, but you get my point, okay? Now, let's go over here very fast. Okay, yeah, we are finding some oversold levels right now. So if you guys are looking for an opportunity to buy for any reason, this would be it. It's just a very high risk buy right now. But I mean, for a lot of people, this is actually a perfect opportunity to buy based on their personalities and their type of strategies for buying. Okay, I'm not that high risk. Okay, but yeah, my link's down below if you want to use it. I would just say, guys, it's. I told you guys I would let you know when this thing popped up. It's only available for the next 4 days and 8 hours, apparently. So if you guys are going to get it, I'd get it sometime over those next 4 days. Nothing sucks more than trying to get this and you just wait 1 day too late and it's not the same deal. Like this, they may switch it on Monday, like after Thanksgiving. it'll probably go from 60% down to like a 30 or 40% savings, which is not nearly as good. Then you start, ooh, now it's over $300. I don't know if I want to pay for that, right? Okay, let me get rid of some of this stuff here. I'll keep this up there in case you guys have any questions on it, but it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Okay. And let me see what you guys are talking about right now. Dogecoin to the moon. Yeah, guys, here. But I guess before I start answering some of you guys' questions, we can go over some technicals here. Now, because I did all these Gann boxes and stuff, which took a little bit of time, I put these on the layout or the template in which I normally stream to you guys. So all of the normal stuff is right there. I'm just going to do everything by scratch, I would assume, on this one right here. This is for something I do for you guys as far as tutorials when I make stuff for the YouTube channel. And I didn't do a tutorial today. I'm going to have one set up for you guys tomorrow. I'm running out of the simple stuff to do. So tomorrow I'm going to do, or for tomorrow I'm going to do a pitchfork. Okay, let's open this up right here. First things first, dollar index. Sharp rebound on the dollar index over the past couple weeks. We found our bottom a little bit here. Nice little rebound. I would say that we're still in a nice downtrend for sure as far as the current dollar index is concerned. But, right, maybe something like that is what we're going to be looking at here. If we're still in this, well, that means we might be going more sideways with an opportunity to break out. The dollar isn't even doing particularly well today. It's that the euro is doing so bad, which is something we don't talk about enough here. However, I like to see that, hey, this is not good for crypto. This is another reason why we're dropping. I hope things can get sorted out a little bit, but that bounce that we've seen, especially this week, is something that's that could continue over the next 2 weeks here, okay? Now, we won't talk about the NASDAQ SPY and down, unless any of you guys want me to, but this is the weekly chart. I told you guys a while ago that the next time Bitcoin fell, and I told you guys I thought it was, I know a lot of people thought that we already had the bottoms figured out as far as June was concerned for Bitcoin. I told you guys that the coins that had bounced off the most during this big cycle over the past, like from the June lows, those were going to be the ones that fell down the most here, okay? And as you guys can see, you know, Ethereum, fantastic rally. It rallied up 130%. But since then, right, we're down 46%. That's the big thing you guys have to be worried about right now. Ethereum Classic, it rallied up again a lot. It rallied up 266%. But since then, right, we're down like 61%. So when I tell you guys this time after time, I hope you guys are listening. It doesn't mean that you guys can't buy and ride the wave, right? You buy at those Fibonacci Gann levels, whatever levels you guys want to, whatever levels you guys have set up for yourself. You guys are going to be looking just fine if you guys do these swings. But I don't want you guys to think that, oh my gosh, we're just going to be going sky high, sky high, sky high, okay? And for here, as far as the Ethereum Classic is concerned, we may be breaking down. I hope we don't. Because on the weekly chart, it looks like we even want to have a golden cross here, which might be kind of fun. I was hoping that if this FTX news didn't come out, we might have actually bounced off of here, and then we would have ran in straight to this level right here. You see this little, right there? I was hoping we would have tried to continue that off. Maybe if we finish off the day very strong today or tomorrow and we get a really nice reversal, because this is a weekly chart, maybe that can still happen. But that's the big thing that could really mess up a lot of traders right now, because if Ethereum Classic continues to go down, you know, then our next big support level after this is going to be right around here. From there to there, around $12.47. And after that, we're going down to below $10. And currently we're at $18, which is like another 50% down, okay? So be careful of that. As far as Dogecoin is concerned, this thing is still falling. It still has more to fall. And that's because it did have an amazing pump up here over the past few weeks. Elon with Twitter, and then Elon going on some of those spaces and talking about Dogecoin and stuff like that. It makes you very happy to own Dogecoin for the long run, because you know he's working on it behind the scenes, or that's the vibe that he gives off, I would say. So I'm still very happy to own my Dogecoin for the long term here. But as far as what we might be expecting for the short term, if Bitcoin does take this next drop down to maybe the 14,000s level, I would say that you could probably see Dogecoin go back to just the lows of where we saw June. If it really does want to tumble all the way down and make new lows for the year, I might be a little surprised by that, but I think it's definitely possible. Depends on how much we grind. Because, you know, at worst, during this next Bitcoin bear dive that could happen, we might go down to like 4 cents at worst, I would say. But the way we've been falling so far, we've actually managed to slow down a little bit just because all the people that went day trading and buy the dip type of people, they got out. Now it's just the people that were holding on before and people that are waiting for the next big pop off of Dogecoin. Okay. BNB still has a long way to go if you ask me. This is just one of those coins that hasn't really fallen off a lot yet, and it just started to break down here. So it like just now started to break down. So go over here very fast. All right, just now started to break down 2 weeks ago, and it's still going off there. If Bitcoin drops, I think Binance Coin, can go back down all the way towards like 200s, like 220, 210, 215. I think that's definitely a possibility, and that'd be a loss of about 16%. 220 is around 12.5%. Okay. Now, as far as everything else, I'll go there if you guys want me to ask. If you guys ask me to, but I mean, like ADA is not looking so hot. STMX not looking so hot. This thing is like a slow grinder, but it's a very small market cap. So, but Solana not looking that good as well. We could see Solana under $10 this week. Matic, one of those things that popped off a lot. If Bitcoin goes down another drop, Matic is definitely going to come down quite a bit. I don't expect Matic to make new yearly lows if Bitcoin does go down to 14,000. I think Bitcoin would have to go down to 13,000, 12,000, 10,000, whatever, if you wanted to see Matic have new lows. People are just very, very excited about Matic, and I get it, I totally do. But you can see right now, Matic is about 60% away, like from a downward perspective, from those June lows. It just fell down so much so fast that I don't know if it's really going to be possible for it to have another sell-off just like that, because I don't see Bitcoin having another grinding time like this where we're just going down month by month or week by week by week. I expect Bitcoin to go something like this, right? It's much more gradual. And when things are gradual like that, it helps out coins like Matic and some of these ones that have really big communities like Dogecoin, where they're doing very well, but at the same time, they do have increased volatility. Let's just call it that. Anything else moving up today? Oh, Shiba is down about 3-4% today. Shiba's come down a lot though from the highs here. This was just one gigantic pump and dump. Whereas you look at the price in September of 2021, we're way, we're getting closer to that one. Most of the metaverse coins all the way back down low. Mana is definitely not looking so hot now. Most of these people heard about how much money they're losing. FTM at support. If it drops from there, we might be going all the way down to 5 cents from FTM. So, the reason we're kind of hovering around these levels, guys, is because a lot of altcoins are just barely holding at major support levels. Those altcoins don't want to fall. Bitcoin does want to fall. Who's going to win out? Normally, it's Bitcoin. I would have to say this. I think we would have gone sideways a little bit more over the next couple months if it wasn't for FTX and everything going on there. That really messed up the market vibe, if you will. And by vibe, I just means up. The technicals were saying one thing, news just completely shut us down after something else. Think of DraftKings. DraftKings was doing okay over the past few days, and all of a sudden they got hacked, and all of a sudden they're dropping like a rock. Things like that, okay? Wall Street Journal says, FTX failed because Sam Bankman-Fried's supporters lost confidence in him. That may be how Donald Trump finally crashes and burns too, writes Alicia Finley. Wait, what? I will always be astounded about how the media represents what's going on here. Like, FTX didn't fail because the supporters lost confidence in him. They lost faith. It failed because he committed fraud and was moving. Oh gosh, he was moving like literally the wallets of people, like customers, into different areas, and which he's not allowed to do. And he put that up again as collateral for very risky bets in the stock market with Alameda. And then when it got caught, it all came crashing down because there wasn't enough liquidity to keep everybody afloat. See, Elon. Yeah, that's definitely not the reason it failed. I don't know why they're lying about this. That's what I don't understand. Why are they lying about it? Like, this is the Wall Street Journal. I think the Wall Street Journal, by most moderates, I would say, in the political realm, is seen as something that's more to the right. But it's just more of like, it's not even about left or right. It's more about establishment versus like just what you can see from people on the ground, right? And new media. I don't know. Taliban quits Twitter to protest the return of Trump. But yeah, Oh, just in, Texas launches investigation into Tom Brady and Steph Curry over FTX promotion. So this is still going to be unraveling for the next few weeks here, guys. It's by no means over, but I just want you guys to know, like, you're seeing a lot of altcoins at big support levels. You're seeing Bitcoin at a support level right now, but a small, not really a strong one. Okay, it's not really a big one at all. That next Bitcoin support level is all the way down below $15,000. So that leads me to believe that you might see Bitcoin go down a few percent, but you're most likely going to see altcoins do the big old tumble. So just be aware of that. That's my 2 cents about what I think is going to happen here. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, this bad news is not ending anytime soon, which is why everything is just kind of a really shitty state here. Let's go over here to the 15-minute chart. Nice and easy. We don't got to make anything too difficult for us. Actually, let's just go to 5. There we go. There you go. Because we could have, you could see shorts are trying to tank this down right now. They're trying. And, oh, didn't mean to spell it like that, but that's okay. Whale number 3 sold some a few days ago on the 18th. We had talked about this. Not a good sign. Selling 3,000 off, 2,000 on the 15th, 1,000 on the 18th. That was that big sell sign, I guess, looking in hindsight, as it normally is. Okay, so I've kind of gone on so many different tangents here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. What I'm going to try to do very fast is look at the poll question. So about 70 people have voted. Thank you guys for voting on it. Keep on voting if you guys want. 38% of you guys say the bottom is between 13,000 and 16,000. 32% say between 10,000 and 13,000. And 30% say about 5,000 and 10,000. So it's pretty darn split. Much more split than you might have thought just a few months ago, right? So what I want to do here very fast is engage with my audience, as YouTube puts it, and start Q&A. Oh, wait, do I ask the question and you guys answer? Hold on. Test. End Q&A. Oh, so you guys asked them, but I can't read all of your comments. Oh, that kind of sucks. That's kind of weird. Okay, I'll just read you guys' questions like normal. I'll try to figure out a way to integrate that into the stream, but it seems kind of weird that I can't see everybody's questions. Maybe because the chat's not as busy as if it was a bull market, right? Let's see. All right, hey, Discount. Hey, Bideford. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. Hey, now you con, your life's a scam. What do you call? I wish it was a scam. My life kind of was wonky all over the place here. But I like to trade. There you go. Jesus already saved me. Move along. Move along. Oh my gosh. Hey, Discount Killer. I guess I'll have to find a way for my life being a peasant then, and not buying that scam coin. Oh yeah, guys. Here, I'll ban him. What do you call? I thought he was just making jokes, but if you can't promote coins and crap like that, don't do that. What's right here? And hey, Discount, Matic might end up top 5 after all this crazy stuff blows over. Matic is one of the coins I would be buying most of during this time frame. I think Matic, depends on how a lot of this dust settles out. I think it'll definitely be in the top 7. 7 is probably as low as I'd put it during the next big bull run. Matic is going to go crazy. Like, if there was ever anything I believe that could overtake Ethereum, it would be Matic. That thing, if you go back and look at what happened over the last bull market, it was absolutely fantastic. Even when Bitcoin was crashing, Matic was still getting pumped up. So it's something I like a lot. But it's not like I'm buying bulk of it. I'm doing dollar cost averages. I'm going to give another treat to Loki here. He's in a treat mood. Do you want it? Oh. There's a jet plane from the military flying overhead, and he's looking at the window like, what the heck is that? All right. And hey, Jack, can you do a quick breakdown on why FTX collapsed? That's not something you can do in a quick amount of time, but I'll do something I can try to help you out here. Not my website. There we go. All right. There's a lot of stuff here, okay? But I'll try to make it as simple as I can. All right. And let's just go over here to FTX. Oh, that's such a small little thing. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Hold on. Okay, I'm not gonna do the whole diagram thing again. I can't do this while standing. My desk is just higher above my wrist level than I'm not used to. Basically, this is what happened here. So, ignore the nice fire behind me. So you have FTX, FTX US. You got Sam Bankman-Fried. You got Alameda. And there's a few other actors here, but let's just kind of focus on those. Okay. So Sam Bankman-Fried is the former CEO of FTX. Okay. FTX International. That's the one you have to worry about right now. Now, FTX International has a lot of client funds. They sponsor. Tom Brady is a sponsor for them. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank was a sponsor for them. They had sponsors all over the place, and they were paying these people lots of money to promote FTX as much as they could. All right. So a lot of people, including me, I didn't open up an account, but a lot of people got accounts in FTX because it looked like a very solid company from the outside. Like, a lot of these people aren't going to put their reputations up on the line unless the company looks good. All right. So very trusted company for the past couple years. People trusted it. Now, FTX has a side company that's also, it's not related to FTX, but it's also owned by Sam Bankman-Fried. All right. So they're not like the same company, separate, but they're both owned by Sam. Sam was, all right. So, and this other company was Alameda. Alameda was a large hedge fund, and they were making levered bets on coins and stocks and stuff that hedge funds do. Okay, they put a lot of money in other places to see where it could go. They put money in startups and everything. All right, and at the same time, they were holding money for a lot of other investors. So a hedge fund just makes money out of money. So they had pension funds from Canadian teachers boards. They had small startup businesses who put their money in there for safety. Right, so a lot of money was being held up here, but when they were taking all these risky bets, they had to use leverage. So they had to put something up as collateral. What they had to put up as collateral to say, hey, if this big trade goes bust, how is me, the lender, going to get my money back? They were putting up customer funds from FTX International up as collateral, which is totally not illegal. You're not allowed to do that under any situation, under any circumstances. Excuse me. So what happened was Alameda ended up using collateral from people's investors' money and as the FTT token, which is the token that's like at like a penny now or something like that. I'm using that as collateral. And let me go back over here to the charts very fast. Can I do this? Oh no, FTT is no longer on Binance. Let me see if I can find an FTT chart for you very fast. Is it still working? FTX token. Oh, they put it back on. Okay. All right. So what happened is, I guess in a nutshell, this is very hard because I'm no expert on this. Basically, there was a leak on the paper that kind of found out that, oh my gosh, they're using these funds as collateral for Alameda. So if Alameda loses a bunch of money, all the funds, they're going to go all kaput. And to make a long story short, I'm really summarizing a lot here. People found out and people started to withdraw the money very, very quickly. CZ, the head of Binance, he had a bunch of FTT token that was given to him because they used to own part of FTX. They sold their piece and got out of it a while ago, and they've been holding it for a while. And once they learned that that was an issue, they were like, oh my gosh, we need to get rid of this token. That started a big sell-off here, and there was a big support of around $22. Once that broke, this was being used in part as collateral for a lot of the stuff going on at Alameda. Once this broke, the collateral was basically worthless. So now the people that gave out the loans, they wanted their money back. And, the market's not doing so hot right now. So everything just kept on going down and down and down and down and down, basically. And so the problem for why it's hurting the entire market is they own a lot of crypto. A lot of that crypto has been sold off. They are also... I told you a couple minutes ago that they own a lot of people trust them enough to keep money in there, to keep money in their accounts. So imagine you're a company, a new crypto company, and you're trying to do something great with the blockchain. Okay, you have a investing account with your business, or just a checking account, any type of account. You may have put all of your business accounts in FTX. So as FTX just went bankrupt, all of your money is now part of FTX and you can no longer get it back. So all those companies that had money in FTX, if they don't have more money on the side, it's all gone. All of their savings, all the money they got to kind of work on their business, it's all gone. So you're seeing a lot of smaller projects just go bankrupt right now because they no longer have the money because it all got sucked away from FTX. I would say that's probably a really bad explanation of what happened, honestly, but I'm not good at these types of things. I would just go over there and look at CoffeeZilla's video. CoffeeZilla, I mean, all these influencers are taking so much pride in FTX falling. Don't get caught up in their ego talk. But if you want an understanding of what happened, I would just say, yeah, FTX collapsed. Here's why. It's like 11 minutes. He'll give you like a brief overview of what's going on. But I think it's worth giving it a watch if you guys haven't done it already. It's like 1 million views. But yeah, it's a pretty bad scenario. There's a lot of fraud in here, and I'm no fraud expert, but you can't be like, most of you guys would understand a lot of this stuff shouldn't be happening. This guy's not a good actor. What's irking everybody, I guess, on Twitter and online right now is you're seeing a bunch of weird posts come out from mainstream media, like establishment media, like old school media, and they're not talking about the fraud. They're not talking about the criminality here. They're just talking about really fluff, weird stuff, which doesn't make much sense here. It's like they're trying to cover for these guys. And that's why we see Elon Musk saying, yeah, that's definitely not the reason it failed. There's a few theories about what's happening here. So Sam was like the second largest Democratic donor this last cycle over the past few years. He was a major donor, okay? His family has ties to the SEC. His family has ties to Congress. And he has been pushing for a bill to, that was basically like a pro-FTX crypto bill in Congress and a very anti-Binance bill in Congress. But there's a few bad things that could have happened here. That probably did happen. He's buddy-buddy with the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, who's kind of exposed right now because he's just a bad actor no matter who you're asking and talking to right now. But Ukraine was holding a lot of money in FTX. So there's a theory out there right now that as the Biden administration sent like billions and billions of dollars out to Ukraine for the war assistance against Russia, Ukraine was also putting a lot of money into FTX, so FTX could give that money back to the Biden administration or Democrats through these last elections. Now, that's going to be harder to prove. I'm sure the Republicans are going to have a field day with all that stuff as far as once they get into power next year. But yeah, so it's a lot of dirty laundry, but the media is covering it up. And you're not, if it's like a very partisan network, like maybe a MSNBC, a Fox News, a CNBC, they kind of have their own viewpoints. Most of the time, and I know it's not all the time, you really want to see financial newspapers or financial businesses or news media agencies. You want to see them kind of dig a little bit deeper. Nobody's touching this right now, which means it's probably worse than we think. Because if it was like your traditional bad level, you would see people calling this out and say, wow, this is a problem, and then not talk about it again. They're not even talking about this. They're just saying, oh, wow, this poor guy, he had really good intentions, but oh man, like, people just lost confidence in him. And I guess that's where it all went downhill. In reality, it was him doing loads and historical amounts of fraud. And that's where we are now, right? And sorry, watch CoffeeZilla's video. It gives you a way better explanation. I'm not the expert on this type of stuff, but that kind of sums that up a little bit for you. Do I think Bitcoin falls down below $15,000 tonight? I wouldn't say tonight, maybe sometime over the next this week. Right now, we're at a good buying zone. It really depends on this Genesis news. If Genesis gets the funding, which doesn't look likely, you could actually see Bitcoin back above $17,000 over the next few days. If Genesis does not get the funding and they go into bankruptcy as well, that hole is going to get a lot worse, and you're going to see Bitcoin probably go down into 14,000s, mid 14,000s at least, maybe high 14,000s. Then we might have a little bit more of a rally or a bounce. But as far as tonight, I'd probably put it at a 40% chance that we break it tonight. Do I think FEMEX is safe? I haven't had any problems with FEMEX or any of the other exchanges. The exchanges that I talk about, the majority on my channel, they're not the exchanges that you see over here in America. I'll be doing I got a new sponsor, and I'll be talking more about them tomorrow. But I'm working with BingX right now, and not a problem with them. They're posting their reserves here in a few days, which would be pretty nice. But I haven't. Most of the exchanges that I've seen are kind of these ones that like really give out a lot of loans, or they have the, how do I say this? They're connected in ways where they shouldn't be. If it's just an exchange and there's no other bodies associated with it, like a FEMEX or BingX or BitGate or any of these other ones, you don't really have a problem there. They're still doing their, like KuCoin, they're still doing the fine. But you know, if this guy that owns a crypto exchange over here, he also has a hedge fund on the side, or his company also owns a hedge fund, that's where you start seeing this really dirty stuff come up. So I haven't heard anything bad about FEMEX, BingX, BitGate, KuCoin. I haven't heard anything bad about it at all. It's more of these other companies that have these actors who are just bad actors, I guess, now, but I haven't heard anything bad about them. And hit this. Did you perfect one of those rice dishes yet? No, I haven't had the chance. I'm getting all this Thanksgiving stuff done. And what I basically did this week was I got some, let me just move my head down here a little bit. I ended up, I've been making butter noodles. Just like noodles with butter and a few seasonings and some Parmesan cheese. That's what I've been eating lately. It's been freaking good. The auto double bottom indicator on TradingView showing up on my Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Let's see right here. Oh, you're probably talking about 4-hour chart. Let me see how it's showing up for you. And you said double bottom. That is a weird bottom. I probably wouldn't put too much faith in that right now just because how ugly it looks. Is there another chart that looks better though? No. The double bottom there that tried to work out. Didn't work though. I mean, I guess it did. We came back down, tested it, and took off. But this one looks a little too wonky for me right now. I would probably need it to be in a different time frame than that. Oops. What did I do? There we go. But you can see we're trying to bounce off right now. My fear is that we bounce off for the next 3 hours, and then we come crashing back down again, and then that makes the new lows. I'll probably be streaming about twice tonight with you guys. This first stream here, and if Bitcoin does decide to go below like these lows that we just made a few minutes ago, I'll hop on again here. I'm not really doing too much. I just need to make another tutorial video for you guys as far as pitchforks. But right now, Bitcoin's found a nice level of support. Here, I'll type it down here. Major support level. There we go. So that's the big support level for Bitcoin right now. Go over here to the 4-hour chart. You can see we just don't want to break down below that. We just have to hope that alts do the same thing here. We don't want to have alts continue to break down. If you guys wanted to buy, we just talked about this over the past, hour or so. If you guys want to buy off of zones, buy your support zone. This is that zone to buy if you guys are bold enough, and that's okay if you guys aren't. Otherwise, you guys are just waiting a little bit to see if there's another opportunity to make some money over the next few days, right? You're just going to be waiting a little bit longer. Oh, where did my thing go? There we go. There you go. Hopefully we can get out of this oversold level. NADs, the more I research in depth about FTX, the more I know it's more like an amateur millennials project rather than legit companies. Well, yeah, if you go and look at some of the text messages that he gave and some of the interviews he gave, he is a fake liberal. He understood that the way to get stuff done was pretending to be very progressive and lie about a whole bunch of stuff. I was really astonished about that because I always thought that a lot of people that are very liberal or very conservative, they might fake a lot of it just to get, in the groups that of the senators and House representatives that kind of share those same viewpoints. But he was like, no, I flat out lied. I hate doing this bullshit, but blah, 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 blah. If I got to say this, this, and this to make me look more like a liberal and people to like me even more, you know what? I'm going to say it. So you're seeing people like, he postured a lot to politicians, which is actually just insane. I mean, it's not unheard of, don't get me wrong, but to hear somebody admit it, it's wild. It's very, very wild. He's like a crazy person, if you ask me. Not crazy enough to not be charged, but just crazy. Let's see. NA scan QR. So much to get back here. What now? Hold, spin, buy. How sell can these swell over? Sell what's left. Scanning allegedly. I mean, if you have money in FTX right now, the best thing to do is just to kind of forget about it in the short term, and remember that you do have other money, or maybe you don't. But if you have other money, other assets, keep track of those and make sure they're in safe spots. If you guys are going to be holding for the long term, a Ledger Nano wallet is definitely going to be your best friend. If you guys are learning how to swing or day trade, with some help from me and other YouTubers and books and all that good type of stuff, and your own self as well, then then you're going to be going towards more of the exchanges that I lean towards. So I'm having a deal I'm giving you guys tomorrow with BingX, which is awesome. And I have my link down. Do I have a link? I'll share the link with you guys tomorrow. But basically, if you sign up for BingX, you guys get $100 of credit to use for whatever you guys want to do on the platform here. But those trading accounts are what's doing fine. It's the buy, long, and hold accounts like FTX, Voyager, Celsius. Celsius wasn't even like that as well, actually. I don't know much about Celsius. I never owned a Celsius account, but those are some of the more exchanges that are having more issues here. You see Binance is fine. KuCoin has been fine. Crypto.com had a little bit of a worry for a little bit of time. I would still be worried about Crypto.com. However, and that was another one that was a buy and hold. Like they want to make your long-term portfolio in their app or in their website, in their business basically. And the ones that I see doing better are the ones that kind of help you trade. So do I have this here? Yeah, so here's BingX. This is my personal site here. Ignore my email. You guys will never guess my password. But what do you call? It's a trading site, right? You trade. You get leverage or you don't, and you just trade. Now, you could also do spot markets if you guys wanted to buy something specifically and not trade it. But then most likely you're just going to transfer that over to a hard wallet down the road, right? So I can go over here, and there's a bunch of coins they have, and she's just a bunch of coins, right? This is why I like it basically. Anywhere that can let me buy a lot of coins without having to go to like Uniswap and stuff like that. I don't like to swap. I don't like paying gas fees. I don't like doing that process. I don't like the slippage. I don't like any of it. So I'm going to just buy it on an exchange. I'd be very, very happy to. And you guys know right now, there's a bunch of coins out there, and especially as we potentially go down to $14,000, $12,000, $10,000, you're going to see a lot of these coins drop in market cap by hundreds and hundreds, in some cases billions of dollars. So when we go over here to like page 5 of CoinMarketCap.com, now we're below 100 million market cap. We're about under $40 million market cap. Whereas just like 6 months ago, everything on this page would be in the hundreds of millions of market caps. Now they're all at 30. That's how much these coins are losing, right? Over the last 90 days, HUSD is down 84%. Santos FC fan token is down 45%. FC Portal fan token is down 30%. I don't really know what this stuff is, honestly, but Rally Coin is down 75. Boba Network is down 50. SoFi, Ray Finance is up 6. That's nice. Polka Starters is down 37. Venus is, actually this thing doesn't really move much, does it? Smart Forgiving is up 16. World Mobile Token is down 38, down 45, down 34, 53, 36, 40, 40, 30, 30. Coin X Token is up 15. So, most things are down here. Phoenix, that one's up 609%. That's pretty cool. But, this thing seems to be doing something kind of fun here. What is this? Oh, they did a redenomination, excuse me. Huh. This one could be fun to day trade here. But where can you buy it at? Binance. BitGet. All right, so you can't buy it on all exchanges. Point being here that, there you go. I want to be able to buy coins without having to worry about swapping them and stuff like that. And those exchanges aren't having any problems. BitGet hasn't had any problems as far as I know, besides them not being able to be used in America anymore. Binance, I haven't heard any problems besides them maybe taking a loss in the FTT after all said and done, right? See, and hey, Gus, now I'm negative 10K. Do you think Doge will test 15 cents anytime soon? Probably not. Probably not because of how Genesis is going. If we somehow find this level as a nice support level and we don't break down tonight or anytime this week, there may be an opportunity, but that's going to be very, very hard here. As far as Dogecoin is concerned, I know a lot of people have been selling off coins, and not just Dogecoin, but like SHIB and whatnot, as losses for their taxes. You could always do that, but I would really talk to your tax professional before listening to anything I say. Because you could always buy Dogecoin lower if it does go back down to 5 cents, 4 cents, stuff like that. Because we just don't know how bad the economy is going to get next year. That's the big wild card here. People used to say, oh, we're not going to go into a recession. Then they were like, oh, we're going into a recession. Now they're going, well, maybe we're not going to go into a recession. Everybody is still all over the place right now, so we just don't know. But if we do go into like a pretty moderate to bad recession, that could bring down Dogecoin down to like 5 cents, 4 cents, maybe 2 cents, maybe. But long term, I'm holding it. But yeah, it could definitely be a pain to hold while it goes down. See. And hey, Christina, you don't know if you could say KuCoin is fine anymore? Yeah, if you have any info, let me know. Because I haven't heard anything, but I have been actively searching for every little nugget of information. So if you guys have a lot of money on KuCoin and have been hearing stuff, let me know. Of course, everybody kind of do your own due diligence here because nobody's going to be an expert, but it's better to learn through the grapevine, so to speak. And hey, Elvis. Hi, everyone. A lot of stories about FTX on the oligarch. It's been pretty rough, guys. This FTX news has really destroyed the crypto market in the short term here. Excuse me, guys. I have not been drinking enough liquids over the past few weeks, and it got me into a really bad migraine. So I'm drinking a whole bunch of stuff now. And hey, Aaron, really excited for the next few months. Been waiting a year now for Bitcoin to come down to the 10-15K range. Been going off about the 85% drop from every all-time high, 2014, 2018, 2021. Yeah. We're still going on in that cycle right now. And go over here. If we kind of pull out this this chart right here, maybe let me just do this. Let's remove all the drawings for now. You can see that we're closer to the bottom than we are from the top, and we're almost there, guys. I think we're almost there, and we've almost reached the bottom as far as Bitcoin's concerned. I just think once we reach the bottom, because we're going to be in a recession, we might grind down slowly a little bit. But I think we'll kind of find something that looks like the lows we saw from 2015 or maybe even 2018, where we're down here for a little bit of time, but we're not continually crashing back down, right? I think we're going to have something like that or over here where we're just finding a low for a while and then we'll be back up. We just have to hope that the economy doesn't really tank out here in America because that'll screw up a whole bunch of economies around the world, of course. But yeah, I'd be very, very happy if we only came down to around $10,000, $12,000 level. I'd be perfectly happy buying at those levels and watching us grind. Maybe a dip into 9,000 territory that scares everybody alive, right? But I think we're close to being at the end here where we can slowly start to grind sideways. I think we just need at least one more big move. So maybe this big move right here, go sideways for a little bit, maybe one smaller move down to 13, 12,000, 10,000, whatever. And then from there, we go sideways enough to kind of move back up. One of the reasons, we're just looking at some very simple charts right now, but you guys see these moving averages here, the 20 and the 50. Usually, when we have the 20 cross over the 50, like right here, that's usually signaling off a good time to be in the market. Okay. Normally, you guys are just looking for the 20 to start going sideways for a time. So sideways there, no sideways here, just ripped up out and broke out above it. Sideways there, I guess. We're kind of just waiting for that crossover to happen. If we have that, I'll be fine. And remember, I don't think we would have had this big drop right here if it wasn't for COVID. COVID really spooked the market going into 2020. Because I don't remember. I don't know if you guys remember. Let me see if I can find a chart. Just put a horizontal line here. What was this? February? So February, March, April, when stuff was really, really bad as far as the economy, COVID, lockdowns, lots of lockdowns, right? we first started hearing about COVID, though, back over here. Well, this is January of 2020. No, we first started to hear about it over here in like December, November. People are freaking out a little bit. What's going on about it? You know, I think if we didn't have COVID, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have never had that big dip. We might have had a dip, but it would have only been taken us back down to maybe 7,000 or so, kind of just going back along this trend, and then we would have taken off. But I don't think we would have taken off by as much. I think we would have only probably got to like $40,000-$50,000, honestly. But with tons of free money from the government, anything is possible. But yeah, I'm really waiting for that golden cross to come back. So you're seeing the 20-week moving average here, the 50-week. It's going to be a while before that happens. But, you know, it could definitely happen sometime in May, April, coming out of the spring. And that's what I like to see. Because even if we come all the way back down here to... Geez, I forget how many things I did while talking to you guys. Geez, how much did I do? There you go. My gosh. All right. If we go back over here, and let's say we break down below some of these support levels here. Let's go to the weekly chart. You'll see the 20 come down, maybe around here, then maybe start leveling off. Yeah, that's pretty good. Probably start leveling off around there. Green. As far as the 50 is concerned, it's going to be going in this general direction for a while. Maybe it'll speed up a little bit, but that big cross won't happen until like maybe, what was that, June, May? That's 2023, yeah. May, June, summertime. So I think we should bottom out before summer. That's the good news. It's just how much do you buy in now versus a few weeks from now versus a few months from there. I'm pretty confident that we're going to be bottoming out sometime in Q2, end of Q1. But my confidence shouldn't mean a whole bunch to you guys. You guys should do your own due diligence. But that's why I think we only have like maybe 1 or 2 more drops, and then we're good. And then we kind of go sideways. Unless something really, really bad happens. I don't think anything bad will happen, but I didn't think that FTX was going to have its big blow up or self-destruction either. So, you know, be careful with what I say. There we go. Back up to 15. We're still having a pretty decent bounce for the start of the day here. Why does this keep doing this? That was a 30-minute chart, and it just disappeared again. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're not going to see it. It's fine. All right. But we are currently trying to bounce. It's more of what happens in the next few hours, or not so much how it happens in the next hour. And hey, discount. SPY was kind of sideways today. I think we're dumping this week. It seems like different companies are doing different things right now, so people are just maneuvering their money. So if we take a quick look at the S&P 500 map today, beverages, the safe companies here, like, you know, people keep on paying for Coca-Cola and stuff, right? Packages, Kraft Heinz company, those ones are still doing fine. Tobacco, people are still smoking. Everybody's still fine. Oil is getting a little bit worse because the economy is getting a little bit worse. That's going down a little bit. Apple's still down, Google down, semiconductors down a little bit here. But if we go over here and we just go to the SPY, let's go daily. Right. We're consolidating after getting rejected by the 200 daily moving average. We're just trying to see if we can pop above that over this week. This is the big test week, guys. If we can continue breaking up throughout this week, we should continue on this little bear market rally going into the holiday season. If we get rejected here, that's where things can get a little bit more iffy. But I mean, here, look at the moving averages. If we can just go sideways here, which would be perfectly fine, that gives more out of an opportunity for the 20 to creep up, more of an opportunity for the 50 to creep up, which is going to take a little bit more time because it's having these candles put in for this the data here, and more of an opportunity for a golden cross that we haven't had since 2020. Between the 50 and the 200. That's what we're looking for. Now, because the economy is so bad, I doubt that's really going to happen. I would say we might have one more pop, and maybe we go as high as 410 and 417. I think when we talked about this a few days ago, 410 to 417 was that selling price that I'd be happy to sell out, because anything above that seems really crazy to me. Now going over here to the weekly chart, you see right there, 410 is where the 50-week moving average is. I don't think we're going to be able to break above that. But looks like this week is the tester week to see if we can hold above the 50. If we don't, we're going to be taking a pretty big move down next week. As far as the Dow's been interesting because it hasn't been following the technicals, because it's been doing its own little thing. We broke out here, and we're still trying to hold. I think we could be seeing a place where the Dow goes up, but the S&P and the NASDAQ actually go down here. But again, you would have to see the Dow break out this week. We're currently hitting a level of resistance up here, right? If we don't break above this level of resistance, all we're going to do is just get knocked back down here and start this process all over again, basically. So I would say it's a big test week. If I was to be trading anything, it would be Apple, SPY, those two things only, and do day trades. So if you go over here to SPY, 5. This is what I've been looking at basically over the past few days. So I did one option short today, put. That's it. That's all I did all day. From here to here, and I sold right here, and I was planning on selling the rest of it right here. It ended up rebounding, and it came back up to where I originally opened up my position right there. And so I sold off the rest right there. So I was only able to take a profit on about 50% of my puts, but I still walked away with a profit. But that's all I did today. As far as trading, that's literally all I did, mostly because I've been watching Loki. Loki cut his paw out on the backyard a couple days ago, and he was bleeding all over the place. So I took him to the vet, got him bandaged up, and he does not like having a bandage on his leg. He just hates it. And he's fine now. I got it off, and I might have been overreacting as far as how bad it was, but I wanted to make sure he was perfectly fine and cleaned out the wound and stuff like that, because it was like bloody paw prints everywhere, freaking scaring the bejesus out of me. So I haven't had a chance to look at the SPY too much, but that's the one thing I did today. Simple. Really, that's all, all I did today. And those are the types of small moves I'm looking for. But for tomorrow, as I go in and start doing some more day trades, you can see these lines aren't precise, and that's fine. I'm going to be looking for some momentum for a breakout here, and I'm hoping that the SPY can move up a little bit higher. Let's just hope that the news isn't that bad. We don't have any news. Any news is a good news day. If you go out here to the hour chart, you'll see something a little bit different here. You'll see this. There. Larger breakout about to happen. I'm hoping from a technical perspective tomorrow I can actually see the SPY go up a little bit, and that's a breakout I would like to see. Now, if the SPY gaps up tomorrow, I'm going to be out of luck. I'm not going to take that chance. But if we open up slow, maybe I'll take an opportunity on it. Or I got to wait for another type of breakout to happen. Because if I buy too late, then we're running into resistance there, and I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, we're in a nice consolidation phase. We're pretty far away, or not too far, but I'm not really going to be buying any larger puts until we break down from here on the hour chart. And if you want to look at the 4-hour chart, it looks like that. If you want to look at the daily chart, it looks like that. We're not there yet. Might be by the end of the week, but today, no. What do we have? Yeah, GameStop was down 8% today. AMC down 4%. Bed Bath & Beyond down 8%. BlackBerry down 4%. KOSS down 2.5%, basically. So most stuff was really down today as far as these high volatile coins or high volatile stocks. This is the weekly for Workhorse. Workhorse was a good one back in the day. Yeah, really big move up here. Looks like a lot of coins out there right now. Yeah, but give it some time. For the reason I keep on saying I'm only really wanting to do some day trades right now, not many swing trades, is because I really don't want to be doing many swing trades right now. I like the day trades. They're not too hard to set up. It's just that you have to be okay not making loads amount of money. You just have to be okay making money. But with puts, you're still making more than if you just did an open short on it, right? See, and hey, Alex, you bought some XLM at 8 cents, dude. There you go. Let me know how it turns out for you in the short term. I'm hoping Bitcoin can bounce off today, but this news about Genesis, it's looking more and more grim as nobody wants to give them any money whatsoever. Oh, yes, I am still. Yeah, there you go. All right. We'll see if the dollar index is dead cat bounce or bounce. It looks like we're probably trying to go into a channel. I didn't see the news today of what was going on here, so let me figure this out. Let me take a sip of water. Whatever this stuff is, this is tea. What was the question you just gave me? XLM? No. Oh. Why is the euro down? News. The euro has fallen to kick off the week on Monday, breaking below the 1.03 level and threatening the 1.02 level. This is a pullback from a major technical indicator, the 200 daily EMA. There's one for you. Because of this, the long-term traders will continue to look at this as a potential continuation of the longer-term trend, which is downtrend. When in doubt, trust the trend. Ultimately, this is a look at the European Union and all of its problems, but at the same time features people looking at the potential downtrend continuing. After all, the United States dollar is considered to be a safety trade, and therefore people are concerned about the global markets. It does make a lot of sense that we would see the US dollar pick up strength. This is especially true against the euro, as we have seen the energy concerns for that part of the world only get worse, with it being the only serious cold snap from major issues. With it only being one serious cold snap away from major issues. This could, of course, not be a good sign for the currency, as there will be a lot of concern when it comes to global trade. If that's going to continue to be the case, then it makes a lot of sense that the euro could go down to the 50-day EMA down near the parity level, right? It's about $1. So that kind of makes sense. I think you guys can visualize that quite a bit. But yeah, the dollar isn't really I've seen America. We haven't done anything for a while. We had our interest rate hike. We had our inflation data come out. Europe, remember, it's all about the rest of the world. The rest of the world's still in a bunch of dog poo-poo right now. So we got to hope that they can find some stability. I haven't heard of any major winter storms coming for Europe, though, so that's good. When it does happen, I don't know how their energy sector is going to cope with that. I don't. We just have to hope they have enough reserves to keep everything going, and that it's a very short cold snap. Because if it's not, then there's going to be a huge energy problem where some countries are going to have energy, some aren't, and you're going to see those problems kind of bubble up a little bit more than they probably should have, or should do. No worries, Bradford. Have a great rest of your night. Thoughts on Walmart puts? That thing is near all-time highs. Short term, okay, it's a little bit different. So I've been thinking about this as far as some of my oil plays from last week as well. So the way I see it right now is it's been doing fine since it kind of had that. Let me just go over here to daily chart. Maybe that'll be better. Ever since we had the dividends payoff, which usually leads to a sell-off, we had bad earnings reports, but the earnings report was right there, so you can see right afterwards. It's been building back up. To me, I would be watching this basically daily to see what happens if we approach 159. Until then, you'd probably be wanting to go to some of these other time frames and look for some of those breakdown indicators. So this is going to look pretty ugly, I know, but let me just take that off. Support level right there, don't worry about it. Support level right there, don't worry about it. You would have worried about this one because that was a nice little short, right? Nice short. But right now, you're going to be looking at this one right here. If we can break down from that, yes, I think it'd be fun to do a day trade / swing trade, swinging as at most 3 to 4 days at most. You guys know I'm not really much of a swing trader right now. But I wouldn't be doing them now. I'd be waiting for us to test at the 159 level or for us to currently break down below this level. This is a 4-hour chart right now, so by the time it gets over here, this is Wednesday, December 7th. So I don't want the theta on your puts to kind of suck away all the opportunity for you to make some money out of it. I would wait to trade that larger move. So what I just did over here, which is one, yeah, here, yeah. You can see right there was a breakdown. This breakdown only lasted for a few hours. This is a 4-hour chart, so maybe like 5-6 hours. And then all of a sudden, just kind of kept on going sideways. And then we had this general downward trend that kind of peaked itself up. So there was only a difference from here, where you could have sold some off, and down here, it was only $3.02%, but that at the same time was 47 days of time, right? So it would have been better just to make the most of your money right there and go use that money for something else. And then what you could have done actually from here is traded that breakdown. That wouldn't have been too nice. No, let's see. What could I have seen from this one? You wouldn't have that yet. You wouldn't have that yet. You would have had to do a full-on Fibonacci level here. I mean, yeah, you would have had to guess for that one. Does that match up on anything? Yeah, it does. It matches up with this one over here. You would have tried to do a call around here or here, whichever one, and hope for the best on it. Probably not doing too much over here, primarily because if you look at the moving averages, they were just not in your favor. You would have wanted to wait a little bit longer, probably for this second attempt to break down below it, and it did break down below it anyway. Or the breakout. I mean, either one. But small trades. This one right here, 4-hour. That was about a week of holding if you wanted to take that. And for that one, oh, what would be the one to do for that one, though? Those two you could have done. Let's just take away the magnet for now. Low. Yeah, I would have just took some profits right here off the breakout and some profits right there off the breakout. We just broke out above that one, and we're heading for 156. Not as high as that 159 level up there. So if you're looking for maybe a put, you can maybe do a day trade off of the first attempt that it gets hit. So the first hit usually gets knocked down. After that, the second attempt, third attempt, you get a little more opportunity because you're breaking through that wall of sellers there. The other one you might have used is maybe something more of a shorter term, which have been a little bit more iffy. I don't like them as much on these types of stock charts, but oh, look how wild that would have been though. Yeah, you could have sold some right there. That was right after breakout though. Some right there, and maybe some up there. It doesn't look as nice though. I want to have more data in there for my Fibonacci extensions. But yeah, I mean, I think they're warranted. I think you're fine right now. I wouldn't be buying puts right now. But I mean, like next week, later this week, sure, yeah, there's lots of opportunities to have some good puts on the to make some good money off of Walmart for sure. Tomorrow I will be doing a member stream for you guys. My Wi-Fi was off over the weekend. It really sucked. I had to call Xfinity, have them reset a signal or something. I have no idea why. And then Loki hurt his paw. So I really wasn't able to do a membership stream. I will do one tomorrow. I'm going to try to do one Wednesday, and I'm going to try to do one Friday. No, Saturday. Saturday. So we can get back caught up in all these things going on here. But yeah, it's going to be stuff like that we do though. It's not going to be hey, look at this swing play like the last Apple play that went up like a few 100%, or the Nvidia that went up 1,000. It's not going to be that. It's like, here, take 40% on this play, take 30% on that play, take 20% on that play. That's how I'm looking at a lot of these options right now. And I mean, I've been telling you guys, I've been doing small swing trades or day trades. And you can see how my mindset kind of works around these right now, even though I haven't had the opportunity to trade over the past couple days. There we go. There we go. All right. And hey, Alex, thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Let me know if you have any more questions whatsoever, my man. And thanks for becoming a member, even though you've been a member for a while, but I appreciate it. And hey, Bideford, let's see. Opinion on Tesla? Tesla's not in a good spot. I talked about how it was going to break down below support a few weeks ago. It took a while to get there, but it looks like it's now picking up. The catalyst for this drop, though, today was actually that they're having a recall due to some type of taillight problem, I believe it was. So we had been talking mostly about Tesla right here, as it was a good time to short or just get out of it. You can see on the weekly chart right here, we had a double top, so on multiple tops, top neckline breakdown, boom. And at this point here for Tesla, how would I want to show you guys this? Tesla is interesting because it's so spread out, because while everything else kind of teetered off and fell, this thing went sideways for so long, so it's trying to make up for lost time falling, if that makes sense. And plus, Elon sold some shares off as well. People are kind of concerned, is Elon still going to be leading Tesla next few months, or is like somebody else going to have to come in because he's too busy with Twitter? I think he's going to leave Twitter sooner than leave Tesla, because I think he wants to just get Twitter set up so somebody else can take it over. That's just a lot of work if you get right. But now let's see. On the daily, there's no divergence happening right now. The bearish divergence was over here, and that eventually won out, but that was a while ago. Let's go monthly. You can see we're headed for a 50-month moving average. I don't see much going on there. Just in case you wanted to know where that is, it's around $154. So let's go over here and let's add some support levels, though. Let's do weekly. We want to be more precise. Let's go here first. We already broke down below this today, maybe. No, that's the support level for us right now today. Let's go to the 4-hour. Did we break down below it? Nah. We really bounced off of that level right there, didn't we? Okay. We'll keep that on there then. I could do a more in-depth one tomorrow when I'm doing a membership stream, and I'll do a Gann box for this one, because I think actually a Gann box would work very well for this because it's come up so much. But looks like we may have a little bit of a bounce tomorrow if the news gets a little bit better, if the market is a little bit better. Other than that, I think we're probably going to have, we should have one bounce in here. I would want to do a call maybe around the 170 price point. A call expiring not this Friday, but next Friday. If you're going to be doing a small swing trade or a day trade, it can be for this Friday. But I'd probably say a call that 170 call expiring this Friday or next Friday. I would make it a 175 strike price call, hoping that we can bounce off of the 200 weekly moving average here, and then also bouncing off of this support level from way over here in 2020. Wow, that's a while ago. Because if we break down below this, I think we're not going to find a good level of support until 125 and 138. This thing can come down a lot and fast. People don't want to believe it, but it definitely can. Okay, so just be very, very careful. There's a reason why Elon and a whole bunch of the executives at Twitter are selling off some of their shares. Elon Musk sold off $1.8 billion worth over the past few weeks. The Zachary, the CEO or CFO, Chief Financial Officer, he sold off 834,000. Before that, Elon sold off $2 billion. So he sold off quite a bit now. So I could definitely see this coming down even more. Go back over the weekly chart here very fast. We're breaking down now. We've just started the breakdown. So if you wanted to take some longer term puts, like months out, which I wouldn't recommend because it's so expensive, you could do that. But I think the safe play here is to just try to play each bounce. And then once you actually have the bounce, you could actually open up some puts here. But for now, here. I would see what happens tomorrow morning, and I would like to buy some calls on it. But I would try to 175, 170 calls. Tomorrow, short-term play, I'd probably only be in it for at most 2 days. At most 2 days, probably just in and out same day tomorrow. Because I want to see what happens if we come down here to 161. I would take that next opportunity here to buy it up and see if we can bounce off of it. And then maybe like a month from now, if we don't have this Christmas rally, you could see Tesla breaking down below the 200, maybe even this next week. And we can come back down to the 150s, 140s. I want to see what happens. Is normally the first time we hit these moving averages, we bounce. Second time, we come down. But yeah, as far as the daily chart, Tesla, it's messy as can be. Be very, very careful. The reason I don't like trading Tesla as far as swing trading it as much is because it gets in these really bad habits of going sideways. So, you buy on support. Next day, it's up a little bit. Next day, it's down a little bit. Then up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit still, then down, right? So when you're playing with options, you're not really making money during that time. You're just kind of watching it go sideways. But if you do a day trading, you're much better off. So I'd be happy to see some day trades happening right now on Tesla instead of swing trades. There you go. All right. Let's see. Oh, and you guys are talking about Genesis right now. Genesis filed for bankruptcy is what I heard. What are you comfortable day trading triple Q? Oh, I mean, like anything that has a basic setup. So anything on my list. So you got like Tesla's fine. Apple, Tesla's, I don't like Tesla too much just because it, on day trading it's expensive. But if you guys have the capital, it's fine. So Tesla's fine. Apple's fine. Triple Q is fine. SPY is fine. Walmart's fine. Home Depot is fine. What are some of the other ones I'm thinking of? ZOM is fine. OXY is fine. I think a couple other ones. There's other ones out there, but I haven't been trading as much. But yeah, those are some of the ones you could do day trading with. They have ample liquidity. All I want is ample liquidity. I want to be able to enter the market, exit the market at really good prices. And by that, it's like the bid-ask ratio. I don't want a large spread. But here, you guys are talking about some news coming out right now. So let me see if I can go over here to Twitter. I haven't seen anything here. Oh yeah. Basically a fire. Oh yeah, Donald Trump is back. If you guys didn't see, he's not going to be tweeting though, which kind of sucks. I want to see what he was actually going to tweet anything out there. Hold on here. Oh, this is it. Watcher Guru says Binance turns down a request to invest in Genesis. Binance is not going to be putting their money everywhere right now. Let's see. Let's just go over here. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. No, it's just rumors right now. Nothing has been said so far here. No, okay. Yeah. So basically, it looks like the news that happened over the last hour is that Binance said no, we're not going to be investing into Genesis, and Genesis is now going to have to look for somebody else. But it looks like right now that Genesis is going to go bankrupt, and that's going to be some really nasty news for the market, and that's most likely going to be the catalyst to send Bitcoin down to the 14,000s. Okay, that's what you're hoping for right now. The reason why we probably haven't fallen off a cliff yet is because people are still wondering if they have any hope of being helped out, if there's any hope that they can survive this. And I don't know if anybody just has $1 billion lying around where they just want to give it to Genesis. I don't know. Do I think Doge will stay around the 5 to 8 cent range even if it goes down to 3 or 2 cents? What? Oh, you mean like if it wicks down? Yeah, most likely, yeah. I mean, we're not going to go down crazily forever. The big thing that Dogecoin has going for it is Elon Musk can go out there and say, hey, I like Dogecoin. And it pops up like 50%. That's the good thing you have rolling for you right now. But as far as Dogecoin's concerned, the two things that I told you guys a few weeks ago that would need to happen for Dogecoin to have a really big move were that we had lighter than expected inflation, which we did, and then you would also need Elon Musk to make an announcement or some type of speech about Dogecoin or just talk about it, and he did that. So that's a very hard thing to get happen at the same time here. So that's what ended up causing it to skyrocket. The next opportunity for you to cash out of Dogecoin would probably be either interest rate hike season with the Fed, with the FOMC minutes, right? Fed minutes. That inflation data report from CPI, and then also again having Elon Musk do something bullish on Dogecoin. That's what you would have to be looking at. That's what you would have to be looking at there. Other than that, if Genesis does go bankrupt this week, Dogecoin will probably finish off somewhere around like 6.5 to 6 cents over the next 2 weeks if Genesis really does tank Bitcoin down a little bit further. So those are your options, I would say, for now. But you learn your lessons. If you want to sell out and you're hoping it kind of went up even more, it can be very hard to try to get out at a loss, and minimize those losses there. I think I told you that Amazon has not opened several of their brand new buildings, not looking great for them. No, I've even heard that Amazon is laying off warehouse workers going into the holiday season, which is absolutely insane. So I feel like the economy is much worse than we're being told. But they don't want it to fall just yet. They want it to fall next year, or they're trying to time it to help everybody out. But yeah, we'll have to see how bad things go over the next few months. Possible Genesis bankruptcy already baked in? No. The chance of a bankruptcy is baked in, not the bankruptcy itself, because they'll have to liquidate assets. And they will have to sell off those assets, most likely do some type of bankruptcy court proceeding. The problem necessarily isn't just that it would go bankrupt. It's the fact that there's so many people, just like with FTX, where it's the exposure. It bleeds into other sectors, and those other sectors get hit hard. That bleeds into other sectors, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. But what do you call it? It would be definitely pretty bad. If Genesis collapses, who do you think might be next? I have no idea. I mean, at that point, it would mostly just be up to exchanges to prove that they have proof of reserves. Crypto.com would probably be my next guess, because their CEO seemed kind of rattled. And they gave $400 million to Gate.io exchange just for them to give it back, which was kind of weird. And I haven't heard anything bad about Gate.io, but now that's the bad thing being said about them, right? So yeah. I'd probably say Crypto.com, but I can't be sure on that. Hopefully it's just something none of the big players out there, like a Coinbase or a Binance or something like that. But I'll be keeping an eye on it. I haven't had a chance over the weekend to really look at Twitter too much, but Twitter seems to be where all this news is breaking down. So I would follow a lot of these people on Twitter, just people that you see talking about it in a very logical way, I would say, and see if you find any news too, because you might find news before I do. All right, but okay, everybody, I'm going to end the stream right now. I got to go help my sister go get some stuff out of the car, and I'm going to go help them get ready for their Thanksgiving dinner. They're going over with my grandparents. I don't like my grandparents, so I'm staying here by myself with Loki. But I want to make sure they have a good Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go to the car and pick up all this heavy grocery stuff, which is my normal thing. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. The best thing you guys can do is relax. Oh, they just told you right there. But yeah, just chill with Loki. We're going to have a fun time cooking duck and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and stuff like that. And then I'm going to have some duck sandwiches for my Thanksgiving leftovers and stuff like that. But be safe with the market, guys, right now. If you guys want to buy, I would have a pretty tight stop loss. You guys are looking from a chart perspective here. You guys are just looking to buy at this zone and then ride the bounce back up, okay? The bad thing here is we've already broken down below this low, and the Genesis news can tank us down to maybe the $14,500 level, so just be prepared for that, okay? It could get a little bit more hairy here over the next few days. But I'll see you guys maybe later on tonight and definitely tomorrow, okay? Okay.